The blind date was empty, until little twin girls walked in and said, "My daddy's sorry he's late." The restaurant buzzed with soft music and warm lighting, yet at the center table near the window, a young woman sat completely still, hands folded, eyes fixed on the empty chair in front of her. Her name was Maya, and she had already decided this would be her final attempt at dating. After 2 years of heartbreak, disappointments, and loneliness, she had agreed, mostly out of pressure from her best friend, to try one last blind date. But now, the seat in front of her was empty. Minutes passed, then 20, then 30, every tick of the clock pressed deeper into her chest. He isn't coming, she thought bitterly. She reached for her purse to leave, when the restaurant door burst open. 2 little girls, tiny and identical, rushed inside holding hands. Their curly hair bounced as they ran directly toward her table as if they knew her. Everyone turned to stare. The twins stopped right in front of Maya, breathing fast. "Are you, Miss Maya?" the girl in the pink sweater asked. Maya blinked in confusion. "Yes." The second girl stepped forward, clutching a small stuffed rabbit. "Our daddy says he's sorry he's late." "Really sorry." Before Maya could process their words, the door swung open again. A tall man hurried in, slightly out of breath, wearing a navy blue shirt and fatherly worry painted across his face. He froze when he saw the scene. "Maya," he asked softly. The twins immediately ran to him. "Daddy, we told her you're sorry." He knelt, hugging them, and that's when Maya finally understood. This was her blind date. A single father, with twins. And he had sent his daughters to apologize for him. Her heart felt something strange, something warm. He gently guided the girls aside and approached her, looking embarrassed. "I'm so sorry, I couldn't find a babysitter. And then they insisted on coming with me to tell you I wasn't standing you up." His voice held a kindness she didn't expect. Her irritation melted. "Don't worry," she replied. "They're sweet." One of the girls peeked from behind her father. "Daddy was nervous," she whispered loudly. Okay, he laughed, face red. "Let's sit." And just like that, the empty blind date became a table for 4. The conversation that changed everything. They ordered dinner. The twins sat beside their father, doodling with crayons the waiter provided, occasionally whispering to each other and giggling. Maya watched the man, Daniel, as he spoke. He told her the truth. His wife died 3 years ago. He had been raising the twins alone, working 2 jobs, and trying his best to keep the girls happy despite his own grief. He hadn't dated since then. "This is my first date since," he hesitated. Maya nodded gently. "I understand." Something about his honesty pulled her in deeper than she expected. When he spoke about his daughters, Lily and Lila, his entire face softened. His love for them filled the room like sunlight. The twins chimed in proudly. "Daddy makes the best pancakes. He braids our hair even when it looks crooked. He cries sometimes when he thinks we're asleep," Lily added quietly. Daniel's eyes widened. "Okay, that's enough sharing." Maya laughed, really laughed. It felt like the first real laugh in months. For the first time in a long while, she didn't feel the emptiness she'd been carrying. The first challenge, a past that refused to stay silent. Just as the night seemed perfect, Maya's phone buzzed. A message from her ex. "Can we talk? I miss you. I made a mistake." Her heart clenched. 2 years ago, he had left her without explanation, breaking her trust so deeply she built walls around herself. Walls she didn't even realize were slowly cracking tonight. Daniel noticed her smile fade. "Everything all right?" he asked. She stared at the message. "At least your ex wants you back," she said without thinking. "Mine isn't coming back from heaven," Daniel replied softly. It hit her like a shockwave. She realized how unfair she'd been to compare heartbreaks. And she realized something else. Daniel wasn't trying to impress her. He was trying to rebuild his life, not with charm, but with honesty. She put the phone face down and looked him in the eyes. "You deserve someone who chooses you," she said gently. "Not someone who sees your worth only when you're gone." His eyes softened with gratitude. The second challenge, people talk. Days turned into weeks. Maya and Daniel began seeing each other, slowly, carefully, with the twins always in the picture. They baked cookies together, visited parks, helped the girls with homework, and spent quiet evenings sharing stories of their pasts. But a rumor began to spread. Maya's colleagues whispered behind her back. Why would she date a man with kids? Isn't she too young for that responsibility? Single dads come with baggage. The word stung. They made her question herself. Question her capability. Question whether she was ready to be part of something bigger than a relationship, part of a family. One evening, she sat alone in her apartment, overwhelmed. Daniel noticed immediately. "Talk to me," he said gently. She hesitated. "What if I'm not enough? What if I can't be the kind of woman your daughters deserve? What if people are right?" He stepped closer, voice steady. "Do you care about what people say, or about what you feel when you're with us?" She swallowed hard. "I care about you, and them." "Then that's enough," he whispered. "The girls already love you." Later that night, she found a little drawing slipped into her bag. Two stick-figure girls holding hands with a woman in a blue dress. At the top was scribbled, "We want you to stay." Her tears flowed freely. The third challenge, a father's fear. Just as Maya grew braver, Daniel grew scared. One rainy evening, he suddenly pulled away from her emotionally, texts shorter, calls rushed, plans cancelled. She confronted him. "What's wrong?" His voice cracked. "I'm afraid." "Of what?" "Of losing someone again. The girls can't survive another heartbreak." "I can't survive another heartbreak." Maya stepped closer. "Daniel, I'm not here to replace anyone. I'm here because I care." But he shook his head. "Caring doesn't stop fate. I know what it's like to have everything one day and lose it the next." Silence hung heavy between them. She could have walked away, but she didn't. Instead, she sat beside him in the dark and just stayed. Hours passed. The rain softened, and finally, he spoke. "I want to try. I just need time." Maya smiled gently. "Then we'll take time." The moment that changed them forever. Months passed, steady and slow, like the rebuilding of a house brick by brick. Then came the day Maya realized everything had changed. Lily had a school play, and she insisted Maya come. But during the performance, Lily froze on stage, eyes filling with tears. Without thinking, Maya stood up and walked toward her. She took Lily's hand. "I'm right here," she whispered. And Lily smiled, then performed the rest of her lines perfectly. When Maya returned to her seat, Daniel looked at her with eyes full of emotion. After the play, he approached her outside the school under the warm afternoon sun. "You're part of us now," he said softly. "If you want to be." Tears welled in Maya's eyes. "I want to be." The twins squealed and wrapped their arms around both of them. In that moment, the fear, the doubts, the loneliness, all melted away. Final message. Love doesn't always arrive on time, but it arrives exactly when needed. Maya had shown up to a blind date expecting disappointment. Daniel had shown up expecting rejection. Instead, they found each other. A single father who feared love. A woman who feared heartbreak. Children who just wanted someone to stay. Together, they discovered that love isn't perfect, or predictable, or punctual. It's brave. It's healing. It's worth waiting for. And sometimes, it arrives in the form of two little girls running into a restaurant, breathlessly announcing, "My daddy's sorry he's late."